What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. So in today's video, we're going to continue where we left off in the last one. We're going to keep working on the new project, the 2019 Jeep Cherokee Trailhawk Elite. In today's video, we're going to be bringing it out and giving it its first wash to get all the Texas Copart auction dust off of it before we start actual work. In today's video, once we get that finished, we're going to put it up on the frame machine and get the initial pull done on that left side main frame rail. As you saw in the last video, it is pretty bent from the collision to the point where it does require sectioning. So we're going to follow Chrysler's sectioning procedure on that, get a new tip put on it, and then we're going to start test fitting new parts and start getting this thing put back together. So without further ado, we're going to bring it outside, get it all washed up, and start getting it loaded on the frame machine, and we'll take you guys along the process of doing that frame pull and the repair on the new rail. Alrighty, so now we got the Jeep up on the frame machine. We can further inspect that driver's side frame rail. As you can see here, it's significantly kinked, and this is after doing an initial pull to get it somewhat straightened back out from the way it was after the impact. Got that pulled out straight, and now we can begin the sectioning procedure from Chrysler. So forward of the single locating hole that you can see right in the tip of that rail in the current picture is where they want the initial cut to happen. If there's any damage behind that locating hole, we cannot do a section on this and the whole rail would have to be replaced. But lucky enough, our damage was forward enough that we can section it. Here we have the new pieces from the dealership, left and right side of the rail, which get welded together like such and welded to the remainder of the rail that's part of the vehicle. Got those two sections welded together, everything straight there, and we got it welded all the way around with a backing plate to the rail on the car. We got everything test fitted up with the impact bar. The holes on the impact bar lined up perfectly from both rails, and we were able to bolt that down after doing a slight pull on the passenger side rail, which was tweaked just a tiny bit. Now once that's done, we can see that we have everything finished up here, painted, seam sealed, and cavity waxed on the inside Both rails turned out really nice, and you can see that sucker is dead straight now. No problems at all there. So now that that rail is completed, we can finalize the framework of this build by test fitting some parts and making sure that everything else aligns properly and gets it back to OEM specification. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we got a lot accomplished here. We got the new frame rail welded in, all is good there. The whole front end of this thing is square. Got the new radiator support, impact bar, cooling system and everything installed. Starting to put on some of the final touches of trim here, get the tow hooks installed. These little extensions for the lower load beams are installed. Put in the headlights just for test fitting to see how they line up with the fender and make sure that all of our alignment with the radiator support is good. I still have a couple brackets to install here to support the corners of the radiator, waiting for those to come in. So we're going to get those installed once they're here. We got the cooling system all charged up, new coolant, new bottle, everything's good to go there, no leaks. Starting to put in all the shields around here. We're going to get the other two that go up the sides here, get those installed. And then next what I'm going to work on is getting all of this damaged wiring repaired. I've started working on one harness here that feeds the front bumper cover, and then I'm going to start going into these other two engine harnesses here. There's one here and then there's one up here in the battery tray that is also damaged down there, so I want to get that repaired so we won't have any electrical problems once we get going with this car. So for now, I'm going to continue with putting the brackets in the front for the other side tow hook. The other one in the back was bent, so I got a new one of those on order. Got a new lower load beam coming in for this side because that was also bent and pushed over to the passenger side a little bit. So get those installed, and then we're going to continue on. Got the fender removed here. We're going to go ahead and get all the new parts installed, new fender, new liner on both sides. Get the front bumper cover installed eventually, get that painted up, and we're going to also get on a new hood there. So now what I'm going to do is continue detrimming this side. I'm going to remove the wheel opening molding here, and I may go ahead and replace this fender because the mounting point for the front bumper cover is twisted here, and it's also pulled out this way up front. And if we look down here further in the back, the alignment down here, the fender is actually pushed out a bit. So instead of screwing around with that for quite some time, getting the alignment right, I think I might just go ahead and replace this fender as well, and we're going to continue with new moldings and everything and get that all taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead, get this detrimmed, get it separated from the rocker molding, pull this headlight back out so we have access to the bolts that are back here, and then we're going to get this fender off as well. Alrighty guys, so we got a brand new hood in the box there for the Cherokee. We're going to start detrimming all of the seals and crap that's on here, get this hood off, get the wiper line disconnected, and then we're going to test fit this hood on the car and see if we need to replace the hinges. I have a set in case I do, so I'm going to get this thrown on there and see how everything lines up, and then we'll get it prepped for paint on the underside. Alrighty, so for the first test fit, it's not half that bad. Got a decent gap over here, but I have not adjusted the hood at all. I kind of just screwed it on one shot there. But the alignment of the hinge on this side at least looks pretty decent. The height is even with the fender here. Gonna get the other fender over here installed so that I can actually test this gap and see if it lines up decent, but it looks like this height of the hood is the same as it was on the other side, and it looks like it's pretty decent here with where the line of the fender would be. So gonna get the fender installed on here, check this side of the fitment of the hood, make a few adjustments, and then we will get the fenders and the hood ready to go to paint. So guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Across a few days put together there, we got a ton accomplished on the Cherokee. We got the framework done and got all of the new parts fit up, and everything is working out really nicely. All the gaps line up and all the new panels are fitting as they would from the factory. I'm super happy with the progress we're making so far. So if you guys found this video helpful or interesting, if you have a friend that might also think it's interesting and wants to follow along with the process, please feel free to share the video with them. If you liked the video, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, drop a like down below, and leave a comment if there was something you found helpful or interesting, maybe on a vehicle of your own. This project's coming right along. In the next video, we're going to jump on the interior of the Cherokee and get the new upper dash installed. So if you want to watch the rest of this project come to life before your eyes, please feel free to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out on anything further to come in this process. As always, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video as always, and have an awesome day.